Hi, and welcome to Old School Blues Guitar. It is time for the Classic Licks, or featured lick lesson for the months of October through December 2020. I had a request for a Johnny Guitar Watson song called 3 Hours Past Midnight. And instead of breaking down the whole song, what I decided to do is just pull out 2 or 3 cool licks from this song and show you how Johnny Guitar Watson played these. And this will be our licks lesson. Johnny Guitar Watson used a capo, as far as I can tell. And 3 hours past midnight is in the key of G, so you're going to put your capo on the 3rd fret, which allows you to play a G using the E shape. And so now we're going to use our E shape, our A shape, and our B7th or B9th shape to play the song. We're not interested in the chords. We want to take a look at the licks. So let me show you 3 examples of really cool Johnny Guitar Watson licks from 3 hours past midnight. The first example is a pretty typical Johnny Guitar Watson lick, and it goes like this. One more time. And that's one he uses as a fill and also as part of the solo. He'll go back to that same lick. Since we're playing in E, the E position, we can play this lick right here, which was a typical Johnny Guitar Watson thing. And what I'm doing is sliding from the 3rd fret. I'm going to count the frets from my capo. So from the 3rd to the 5th fret on the 2nd string, but I'm letting the 1st string ring out. And then I'm going to pull off the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. I'm not sure if I played that right when I did the example. You could do it like this, where you could slide back to it and then pull off. I think he does this. And then you can go into some kind of lick on the 3rd and the 4th string. So one more time. So any combination of those positions, you can get some pretty cool licks in there. So that is the first example, that lick using that slide into the 5th fret with the open 1st string, and then pulling off the 3rd fret of the 2nd string, and then playing some kind of lick on the 3rd and the 4th string. Listen to the song, and he'll use some variation of that throughout the tune. So that is the first lick from 3 hours past midnight. The second lick is a really cool little bass run that he does, and he does something like this on 2 or 3 of his songs. And during the solo, he's going to play a combination of licks that go like this. Kind of neat. Now I know that Johnny Guitar Watson played with his bare fingers, which allows him to pull up on the strings, to get underneath them and snap them. And that's kind of what he does with this lick. I'm playing it with a flat pick, so I'm going and just kind of trying to play it a little more percussively than I normally would. But the lick itself, here's our E chord. We're going to go from the 2nd fret to the 1st fret on the 4th string, open 4th string, and then to the 4th fret of the 4th string. So all this is on the 4th string. That's the first part of it. I'm going to tune my volume up on my amp just a little bit here. So we got, and then we're going to walk chromatically 4, 3, 2 on the 5th string. So that's the basic lick. And that's what he plays the first time. And then after a pause, he follows up again with that. Then he's gonna, it sounds like an open 2nd string, and then he's gonna do the bend on the 2nd fret of the 2nd string and go into the rest of the lick. This is during the solo. But this little bass thing, I always thought that was a pretty cool thing. So that is our second Johnny Guitar Watson lick. Now, if you're not playing in E position, you have to account for not being able to use the open strings. You can play that lick without the capo too, but I think it sounds better and it's easier to play with the capo on there because you can use the open strings. The third and final lick that I'm going to show you from 3 Hours Past Midnight is a combination of double stops that are really neat right in the middle of the solo. And I've heard him do something like this before, but this is a little different. I can't remember the name of the tune where he does this. It goes like this. Something like that. So what I'm doing is I'm sliding from the 5th string. I'm not sure where he starts that. Listen to the recording, maybe from about the 12th, which would be from the 9th or 10th. Here's my, we're in the key of G, so there's my G 9th. And he could just start it from there. That would be the 7th fret of the 5th string. Or the 9th. I think he'd start it from the 7th. Listen to that and I'll tab that out for you once I figure it out. And then he's going to do this climbing lick on the 4th and 5th strings, 5th and 4th. So I'm going from the 2nd fret of the 5th string to the 4th fret to the 2nd fret of the 4th string. Then he's going to do this hammer on, where I'm hammering on to the 1st fret of the 3rd string, and I'm using a down stroke, and I'm getting the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. Hear how loud that is. So the whole thing. Then he's coming back to the 2nd fret of the 4th string, which is our G. So he leads into it. Then he repeats that. Plays that twice. And then a slide, a double stop slide. So I'm using my 2nd finger on the 2nd fret, 2nd and 3rd string. Does it twice. And then we come back with another hammer on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings, hammering on to the 1st fret of the 3rd string. So the whole thing. And right there, he's going to end it with a pull-off from the 2nd fret of the 4th string. And that's the end of the lick, and he keeps playing in the solo, but that's the phrase that I thought was really neat. So let me play that again slowly. Again, I'm not positive where he starts that slide from. I haven't figured that out, but I will before I post the tab for you. So he slides. Check the timing. Listen to the original song. That part's a little tricky as far as how he times that out. So there's another really neat Johnny Guitar Watson lick coming from 3 Hours Past Midnight. The whole song is really one of his better efforts. And if you listen to it, he uses a lot of cool fill licks, and then the solo is really one of his better ones. So whoever requested that, I haven't done the whole song, but using just those few ideas that I showed you there, you can probably figure this song out, all the different licks, with the capo on the 3rd fret playing in the E position. He plays one lick to start out the song, which is also cool, just bending up on the 2nd fret of the 3rd string, dragging the pick over the 2nd and 1st. That's kind of neat. He does a lot of these licks like that. That's another one, sliding from the 2nd to the 4th fret of the 3rd string with the open 2nd. All those licks you hear Johnny Guitar Watson play are possible because you're playing in the E position with the open strings. So anyway, those are my lick examples, my classic licks or lick lesson for the months of October through December. 2020, I'll be back again sometime between January and March of the next year with another lick lesson. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, let me know. As always, make sure you listen to the original recording so you can hear these licks played in context by the original master. Take care. See you next year.